Hey, hey, English learners! Welcome back to another cozy conversation where you can relax, improve your English, and maybe even think about life a little differently.
Yes, whether you are listening while drinking coffee, walking outside, cleaning your room, or secretly avoiding work for a few minutes, we are really happy you pressed play today.
And honestly, if you are cleaning your room right now, this episode might become very interesting for you.
Oh, yes, because today we are going to talk about something that almost everyone struggles with.
Rooms full of stuff,
Phones full of apps,
and brains full of thoughts.
especially those thoughts that say, I really should organize my life one day.
Ah, yes, the famous one day.
That magical future day where suddenly everything becomes clean, simple, and perfectly organized.
Our rooms look like peaceful hotel rooms.
Our phones have only 3 apps.
I wake up at 5 in the morning to meditate and drink green tea.
Exactly. That day is coming, probably in the year 2095.
But jokes aside, many people today feel something very similar.
Life feels full.
Not full in a happy way.
Full in a heavy way.
Too many things to look at.
Too many messages.
Too many plans.
Too many choices.
And sometimes you wake up in the morning, open your eyes, and before you even stand up, your mind already feels tired.
Because your brain immediately starts listing everything.
Messages to answer,
Emails to check.
things to buy,
Things to fix.
and suddenly the day hasn't even started yet, but your mind already feels crowded.
If that sounds familiar to you, then today's conversation might help you look at life in a slightly different way.
Because today, we want to explore a very small sentence that carries a very big idea.
A sentence that sounds strange at first,
Maybe even a little confusing.
but the more you think about it, the more it starts to make sense.
And that sentence is simple.
Less is more.
Now, when I first heard that sentence, I immediately disagreed.
Same here.
My brain said, "Excuse me, mathematics says something different,
Yes, less means less.
and more means more."
End of discussion.
But real life started showing me something interesting.
What happened?
Reflective storytelling tone. One morning, I walked into my room and looked at my desk.
Uh-oh, I feel a story coming.
Oh, yes.
What'd you see?
A desk that looked less like a workspace and more like a small museum of random objects.
That sounds very familiar.
Pens, notebooks, cables, headphones, sticky notes, old receipts, and somehow all of them believed they belonged there forever.
The permanent residence.
Exactly.
So what'd you do?
I decided to remove everything.
Everything.
Almost everything.
What did you keep?
Just one lamp and one notebook.
That must have looked very empty.
Yes, but something interesting happened.
Now I'm really curious.
The whole room suddenly felt calmer.
Just from clearing one desk?
Yes.
That's fascinating because nothing big changed.
Same room,
Same furniture,
only fewer things.
and somehow your mind also felt lighter.
Exactly.
That reminds me of something many people talk about today.
What is it?
Clutter.
Clutter is when too many things fill one space.
Not necessarily dirty.
Just crowded.
And the strange thing is that clutter doesn't only live in our rooms.
That's true.
It also lives in our phones.
Oh no, the phone example is dangerous.
I checked my phone last week.
And?
Confession, I had 80 apps installed.
80?
Yes, and I regularly use maybe 5 of them.
The rest are just decoration.
Digital clutter.
And that's where the idea of a simpler life becomes interesting.
Because maybe the goal isn't to remove everything.
Maybe the goal is simply to choose what truly deserves space in our life.
And remove the rest.
But here is the big question.
Why do we keep adding more things in the first place?
That question leads us to something very powerful.
The way our modern world quietly trains us to always want more,
More products,
more plans,
more notifications.
and sometimes more stress.
So, let's explore why that happens.
Because once we understand that habit, we can start changing it.
And that's where life can slowly start feeling lighter.
You know, something interesting happens when people start talking about living with less.
Let me guess. Someone immediately says, "But I like my stuff."
Exactly. As if someone is about to come into their house and take everything away.
But that's not really the idea at all.
Not at all. Living simply doesn't mean living with nothing.
It just means being a little more intentional about what we keep in our lives.
Intentional is such an interesting word.
Yes, when you do something intentionally, you do it on purpose, with a clear reason.
Instead of doing it automatically or just because everyone else is doing it.
Like buying 5 jackets just because they were on sale.
The famous discount trap.
You go to the store planning to buy one thing,
And somehow you come home with 3 bags.
and you're not even sure what happened.
Exactly.
But our world makes that very easy to do.
How so?
Because we live in a culture that constantly encourages us to buy more.
That reminds me of another important word.
Which one?
Consumerism.
Consumerism is a lifestyle where buying things becomes the answer to many feelings.
What kind of feelings?
Feeling bored?
Buy something.
Feeling sad?
Buy something.
Feeling happy?
Celebrate by buying something.
Feeling stressed?
Obviously, buy something.
And at first, it actually feels good.
Yes, new things can give a small moment of excitement.
That feeling when you open a box.
Or when you wear something new for the first time.
But the feeling usually disappears quickly.
And then we start looking for the next thing.
And the next.
And the next.
Until one day, we look around and realize something surprising.
What's that?
We own many things, but we don't necessarily feel happier.
In fact, sometimes we feel more stressed.
Why do you think that happens?
Because every new thing also creates a small responsibility.
What kind of responsibility?
You have to store it,
Clean it,
organize it,
repair it.
remember where you put it,
That last one is very important.
especially for people like me who forget everything.
So slowly, our homes fill with objects.
And our minds fill with small responsibilities.
And that can make life feel heavy.
But here's something interesting.
Tell me.
Last year, I traveled for 10 days with only one backpack.
Only one?
Yes, and that was very unusual for me.
Let me guess. Normally, you pack like you're moving to another country.
Exactly.
So what happened on that trip?
The first day, I felt nervous
Why?
because I kept thinking, what if I need something that I didn't bring?
That's a very common feeling.
But after a few days, something surprising happened.
What changed?
My life felt easier.
Easier in what way?
I didn't spend 10 minutes choosing clothes every morning.
Because you only had a few options.
Exactly.
And what about the rest of the trip?
My mind felt lighter.
That's fascinating.
Instead of managing my things, I could enjoy the experience.
The city,
The food,
the conversations.
the little moments.
So, in a strange way, fewer things gave you more freedom.
Exactly.
That reminds me of another word people often use when they talk about simplifying life.
Which word?
Clear. Downsize.
What does that mean exactly?
Downsizing means making something smaller.
Like moving to a smaller apartment.
Yes,
Or reducing the number of things you own?
exactly.
But downsizing doesn't have to be dramatic.
Not at all.
It can start with very small choices.
Like what?
One drawer,
One shelf.
one folder on your computer,
One screen on your phone.
Small areas that become calm again.
And when one space becomes calmer, our mind also relaxes.
That's something many people notice.
What do you mean?
When their environment becomes simpler,
Their thoughts become clearer.
and that feeling creates something very valuable,
Which is what?
peace of mind.
Peace of mind means your mind feels calm and safe,
Not constantly worried,
not constantly overwhelmed.
just calm.
But there is another reason people collect too many things.
What is it?
Comparison.
Comparing our lives with other people.
Especially online.
Because when we scroll through social media,
We see everyone's best moments.
new phones,
Beautiful vacations.
expensive restaurants,
Perfect homes.
and suddenly our normal life feels smaller.
Even if it was perfectly fine before.
That's when people start trying to keep up with others.
What does keep up with mean?
It means trying to stay at the same level as someone else.
Same phone.
Same clothes.
Same lifestyle.
But constantly trying to keep up can be exhausting,
Because there will always be someone with more.
and that race never ends.
Which is why many people today are starting to ask a different question.
What question?
Instead of asking, how can I have more?
They ask, what can I remove?
What can I remove so my life feels lighter?
What can I remove so my mind feels calmer?
What can I remove so I have more space for what truly matters?
And that leads us to a very interesting idea that many people are discovering today.
An idea that changes how people think about time, energy, and happiness.
Something called the joy of missing out.
Which sounds very different from something most people know.
The famous fear of missing out.
And understanding the difference between those two ideas can completely change how we experience our daily lives.